Coach, why don't you just kind of give us your thoughts? I mean, about 24 hours, 48 hours after the game, and just we'll kind of then we'll look towards Buffalo.
Yeah, Saturday's game, thought our compete level was significantly improved, particularly on the defensive side of the ball from Northern Illinois. I thought at times at Northern we struggled to get everybody out there dying to compete on every snap. I didn't see any of that. I thought we had great energy, great enthusiasm, great togetherness, everything you're looking for. I think we've kind of gotten through some of the frustrations of not having the success with the wins and losses that we certainly all would like. And we really got back to doing what we do and competing and trying to get better in each area. Special teams was obviously a great improvement. We had kickoff coverage was good. We had touchbacks. We had tackles inside the 25. We had new names being called with the tackles. We're really challenging a number of kids that we think have some ability to really step up their play and get involved and make some plays, and you saw that on Saturday, and it creates some nice field position. Obviously, kickoff return, best day of the year. We had 2 out to the 39, which we haven't had any outside the 20 pretty much all year. So, again, and it wasn't the returners. I think we have numerous capable returners back there. It was getting more guys on bodies and being more aggressive and taking the battle to Western a little bit and creating some field position. Defensively, the rush defense was fantastic really all day long. I mean, they were very potent rushing attack. They ran the ball for a crazy amount of yards against us a year ago. They ran the ball for 400 yards against OU, who has a pretty strong defense, and we held them to 3 yards a carry for the game. And their longest run came on a 4th and short when we were in goal line defense, and we actually had a guy standing right at the edge of our defense with a chance to tackle him for a loss, and we missed a tackle, and he made a nice cut. Credit to him, and that was a 17-yard run, was their only really chunk run the whole day. So that was fantastic. Pass defense continues to improve, but at a much slower rate. I got a Twitter message from a fan, which I appreciate, about why do we play so soft all the time. I didn't send it back, but I'm sending it back now. If he watches it, he may not watch my press conference, but I asked myself the same thing. It's not by design. It's certainly not what we're preaching. We are talk about being aggressive every week, and there was just and Braverman and Davis are fantastic players, and they can beat you when you're aggressive, but that's how we're going to play. And there was times we were very aggressive and did some really nice things, and there was times that the same play looked awful because we played too deep, too soft, backpedaling out and giving up short, uncontested throws for 10 to 15 yards, which we have to take those throws away and be aggressive. And then a couple times in key third downs, we were trying to double them, and we didn't double them, and it just mental errors by the back-end guys, and a lot of it would stem from I don't know if they really liked themselves matching up, so they made a different call so somebody else would have to match up on them. So there's some disappointing things in the pass coverage from a physical aggressiveness, but mostly just a mental aggressiveness of getting down and being aggressive and challenging receivers, which we're working very hard at getting accomplished, but we got to get accomplished on Saturday, and we have not been able to do that yet in our pass defense. And it starts with our rush. There's times he's back there, stepping out back there, and he's throwing the ball late. Goes right to our linebackers, which our underneath coverage has to get way better. All right, our run-pass recognition has to get way better, and then it goes to our back-end guys. And a lot of our back-end guys, and some of them are aggressive, some of them aren't as aggressive as they need to be to play at this level, and we're working to get to that point. So that was nice. Good. Offensively, really, I thought the first half we did a lot of really nice things. After the first critical turnover, we moved the ball and scored. We had other ball movement in the first half, and then second half we really didn't get anything going. We had ample opportunities in the second half to get the game back to one score, and we had some field position at times. They weren't always, always on a long field, and we had some opportunities, and we didn't really move the ball very well in the second half at all. We did get down there one time and had a chance to score, and Gus slipped and fell kind of on the one play, and then Billy had his one really bad throw of the game. We had Murph open on a slant route. They had their guy open on a slant route. They hit him for 7. We miss him, and that could have got you in a position where the game is getting real tight. And you could feel from their sidelines to our sidelines, that we had some good momentum and we had some chances to get to the point where we could put more pressure on Western. We never got to that 28-20, which we needed to get to, even though we had 3 or 4 opportunities. So I like what we did in the first half. I didn't feel as good about our offensive production in the second half, obviously. And then I thought our quarterback played a lot better again. I thought he looked, again, just more comfortable. I thought he saw more stuff. He obviously didn't see the first pressure. He's got to see the first pressure, and he's got to get that ball away. They blitzed us. They did a nice job disguising it. He shouldn't have saw it pre-snap. But once you got to see it post-snap, and they came and he held on the ball, and, you know, you're sitting at 28-13. It could be 21-13 right now, and there's a totally different game from that standpoint. So, again, better, obviously, with his throws and not throwing interceptions, and threw a lot of nice balls and did a lot of really good things, but still a long ways, and he knows he's still a long ways, but feel like, you know, and then I thought Gus added some things again, and I think, again, if we could get more first downs and run more plays, I think Gus can continue to be more active in our offense, because I think they're a nice 1 and 1A combo for us, but we still don't stay on the field long enough to get the ball to all the places we want to get to.
So this Buffalo defense last week really confused OU quarterback with their post-snap coverage, forced a lot of turnovers. So with a young offense, if that's not already worrisome, does this short turnaround of a week kind of amplify that?
Yeah, obviously, both things. One, Buffalo got more aggressive, blitzed a lot more than they had in the previous game, so I think that probably caught OU a little bit off guard, because they really pressured a lot on first and second down, which they hadn't shown. So at least they let the cat out of the bag so we can prepare for more pressure on first and second down all week, because I think they kind of hit OU and forced them into some bad decisions, and obviously took huge advantage. They got 17 points on defense basically in the first half. So shorter week, obviously that's magnifies everything, because you have less time to prepare. Last night we had a very short walkthrough, and it was Tuesday, you know, where usually Tuesday's a pretty heavy install, pretty lengthy practice, and today is Wednesday. In our football lives, it's Monday in our real lives, but in our football lives, this is Wednesday's practice, and tomorrow's Thursday's practice. So shortened week obviously makes a difference, like you said, particularly if you're trying to prepare for more pressures that they showed last week. But at least they showed it to us that they're willing to be a little more aggressive, and obviously you would expect the exact same thing this week, because they had a lot of success with them last week. So I doubt that they're going to stray from their plan of last week, that they're probably going to pressure us a bunch, and we have to be ready to combat that with what we're calling and protect, and be able to run the ball against it too.
What is the primary concern with your defense facing Buffalo's offense then?
Their experience is really, got 9 seniors. They've got crazy amount of experience on the offensive side of the ball. Every position has multiple seniors playing, and then their quarterback's just a really good decision maker, and obviously new coach, so new system, but he's an experienced guy that does a really nice job, and has done a really nice job throughout his career of making decisions and getting the ball. Their ability to run and pass, they ran the ball crazy on us a year ago, all right, which a lot of people did, but their ability to run the ball, they got some big guys up front, real big guys up front. They got a couple quality backs, and then they got receivers that really catch the ball, make contested catches. Their tight end and their 2 top targets outside make contested catches. Are bigger kids that have length, but they're really good at catching the ball and winning one-on-one battles. So Licata puts a ball in a really good spot, and they usually come down with it. So their balance is a concern, and then just their size up front, and then their size on the perimeter, and then having a senior quarterback that's played a ton of games for Buffalo obviously is a concern.
Could you kind of talk about the Thursday, the quick turnaround a little bit? Is there when you look at it, is there an advantage being at home for a quick turnaround like this?
Yeah, I think we were talking about that. I guess I haven't been through it enough to really have a good feel. They were at home Saturday, so right after the game they were home. We were on the road, which that's really Monday. You're traveling on a Monday of game week, because Saturday was really Monday of game week. So advantage them, because they were home game, and they could get to work a lot quicker potentially than us. Then there's the travel piece on the short week, which on paper certainly seems like would it be advantage us, but because of the rules of how they do it, they're going to travel the day before the game just like they always do. So that's a normal Friday travel. Our kids are not traveling the day before the game. They're going to be in class all day the day before the game, which is normal on a Friday, but there's less afternoon activities on a Friday. But then we go to class on game day when you're at home, because you have to be in class up until your afternoon classes. So they're not going to be in class because they're going to be sitting here doing a normal Friday prep or normal Saturday prep for a game, where we're going to be going to school on Saturday, which is completely different than any other game during the year. So some of the people in the league like the midweek games. I know other coaches in the league that like to play them on the road because they get to leave. And once they leave, it's a normal road trip. Yeah, it's a different day of the week, but they travel on their Friday and they play on Saturday, and everything is normal. Where if you're at home, they say it gets all jumbled up because your whole routine is off, because your kids get up and go to class for most of the day and then try to come over here and it feels like a class day, but now it's Saturday game day. Well, that's not how they prepare. We go to a hotel on Friday night and start preparing on Friday after classes, and it's all football and locked in and think about your job. Well, we won't even go to a hotel on Wednesday because I got early morning class on Thursday, so it makes no sense to take them to a hotel to drive them back to go to class. So that whole routine gets completely disrupted. So I don't know if the advantage is being home or away. I think there's probably pros and cons to both. So this is really our second voyage. We had a Tuesday game last year, and like I always say, I can't wait for the day where we have a bunch of November midweek games and we get really good at figuring out what's the pros and cons and how to handle it.
Is this something you went through? I'm going to assume at Notre Dame, you guys pretty much always play it on Saturday, but what about at Grand Valley? Is there any?
Yeah, we sometimes played our opener on Thursday, like a lot of teams open on Thursday, but we never played midweek games really ever. So we never really we kind of got in a routine and stayed on it. So the nice thing is you like to play and you like to compete, and you got a second game in 5 days, and that's, and we're right in the middle of, we're preparing and going through Buffalo stuff last night, and from that standpoint, I don't mind the quick turnaround of getting right back at it and flipping the page and moving on. And I think there was tons of positives for us on Saturday to build on. So to me, let's get back and let's get better. And that's where we're at with our team, is just, hey, it's another opportunity to get better, another opportunity to compete, another opportunity, and we're at home for 3 straight weeks, which will be nice for us because we've just the way the schedule's worked out, and we're going to have 6 at home and 6 on the road. But after the opener at home, seems like we've been on the road a bunch. So it's just nice we can get in a 3-week, even though we're starting off but the kids will get some extra rest for the next week and get back on a normal schedule.
Good. All right. Coach, I think we're good.
All right, thank you.
Appreciate it.